Good afternoon. It is Monday, the 7th of January, 2013. Here's all the news it's worth talking about in Panama today. The Transit Authority in Panama is going to go back to installing those traffic cameras. Back in the summer, in June or July, they put in one of these traffic cameras in the Costa del Este, and it was with a company that was going to be charging. They were going to get 65% of all the fines that they collected, and the government was going to get 35%. Okay. Um, the other thing is that they put this in an area of Costa del Este where everybody goes through quickly, they speed, and the thing was set for like whatever, however many kilometers an hour, but there was no buffer room. It's like if it's supposed to be 30, but if you're doing 31 miles an hour or whatever, then instantly you got a ticket, and all the tickets were the same. Well, this thing was just cranking out tickets left and right. Basically, everybody who went through there was like ticket, 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 ticket. So everybody out there freaked out, started complaining, and they've now adjusted the amount of money. I think they flipped it. So now that the company is going to get 35% and the government gets 65%, they're going to install 20 of these cameras around the city, basically everywhere. Centenario, Calle 50, Costa del Este. They're gonna put them all over the city. They are going to use them. They are going to put them back in force, and they are going to start cranking out traffic tickets. So I'm sure that we'll all find out where these suckers are once you start getting a ticket. And it's just one of these things where click, there's a picture of you driving your car. There's your license plate number at this date and this time, and you were going this fast. Here's your ticket. Have a nice day. Now, the way it works in Panama, that they might not even notify you that you have a ticket until you go to renew your plates. So let's say you live in this area and you're going by there, Zoom, like you always do every day, and it's going to be like ticket, ticket, ticket. And it's like, okay, great. You want to renew your plates? Fine. You have 100 speeding tickets. Well, crap. The other thing, too, is that when you get speeding tickets, you get points on your license. So they could be like, no, you can't renew your plates because you don't have a license anymore because you've got 100 points on your license or whatever. But obviously, it's going to be controversial, and it's going to cause problems, but they are going to do it. Okay, popping over to the Panama America. There's a report out about the diminishing in the rates of malnutrition in Panama. Now the dates or the data here is based on reports generated from the Ministry of Health and from the medical centers around the country when they receive or treat children who are sick, and then the doctors do an evaluation. They determine that the children are malnourished. The data that they're looking at goes back to 1997. At that time, the rate of malnourishment in the country was at 18.8%, and they're saying now that in 2012 that has been reduced down to 6.8%. So there's over a period of 15 years, the rate of malnutrition has decreased by about 12%, from 18 down to 6. Which is a very good change. And as the economy continues to improve in Panama, then malnutrition will become less of a problem or less of a factor, hopefully. Okay, starting today, this morning. Oh, by the way, today is a holiday in Panama. They're celebrating the 9th of January, which is the Martyrs' Day here in Panama, but they pushed it back to Monday so that everybody has a long weekend. So nobody's working in Panama today. Everybody took off on a long weekend, went off into the interior, and every time they do one of these things, then everybody comes back to the city at the same time. So what they're doing today, they're doing what they call an inversion of lanes. Basically, that all the traffic is going towards the city, starting from the area of Quesos Chela, and if you've driven out to the interior, you know where that is. Basically from Capita back to Panama, in order to try to move the traffic faster back to the city. So that started, it started today, and I think it started at 12 noon, so it started 40 minutes ago. It's, just a thing that they're doing to help move traffic. Okay. On Saturday morning, 2 people died in a fire in the area of Don Bosco. It was apparently a man and his wife, 53 years old. Their daughter and her 2 children, the kids were 13 and 8, survived the fire. So there were 5 people in there, 3 were hurt, 2 were killed, and they're investigating that. Okay, there was a couple of rescues over the weekend. Two American citizens from the U.S. were rescued in a boat together with a Costa Rican. They were coming from the area. They were coming from Costa Rica, and they were in the area of Isla Ladrones in Chiriquí. And they were 25 to 30 miles offshore. Had some problems with their boat, and they were picked up and brought back in. Here, this one is from TVN, Channel 2 News. And they're also talking about the operations that the police are going to be doing along the highway, all the way from the interior coming back in. They anytime they roll out and do like a checkpoint or something, they call it an operation, and they're going to have cops basically every 200 meters or so going down the road. I mean, just all the way up and down the road to make sure that everybody is observing the law and not speeding and doing everything. They take advantage of these mass movements of people to screen cars and to find things like people that don't have their license plates up to date and all that kind of stuff. So let me see. There's the story again about the people who were stranded. There was also a boat that went out to Toboga that had 9 people on board, including a bunch of kids, and they're one of their motors broke, and they were stuck. And they got towed back in. But anyway, there's just boating incidents. Nobody died or anything. Just boats break down and they got saved or whatever. Now this one here is from Mi Diario. There was a shootout basically between gang members in San Miguelito. This kid got shot, and they took him to the San Miguel Arcangel hospital in San Miguelito. Because of his wounds, he had been shot, So the gangbangers show up at the hospital, and they want to finish the dude off at the hospital. Blah! Cops, the hospital staff called the cops. 10 patrol cars show up. The bad guys take off. They didn't get the opportunity to kill the guy, but they were willing to go into a hospital armed in order to continue to try to kill him. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with gangbangers in Panama City, especially in areas like that, San Miguelito, bars, discotheques. Speaking of bars and discotheques in San Miguelito, in the early morning hours of today, the police did a sweep in San Miguelito, and they busted a bunch of people for being in violation of this dry law that they have in effect. Now, today is not on Wednesday, it's a no alcohol day out of respect for the Dia de los Mártires, for the Martyrs Day. But today is not it. But what they did is they enforced the existing law, which says that the bars and discos have to close at 3 o'clock in the morning from a Sunday night into a Monday morning. So they went out at 3. They knew that everybody was going to be off, so they kept partying anyway. I mean, normally on a Friday or Saturday, the bars can stay open until 4 in the morning. So what did they do? They went and busted people that were still partying after 3 a.m. Why? I don't know. Whatever. They decided to do it. Okay. That's it. I am done. I am out. That's all the news worth talking about today. Monday, the 7th of January, 2013. Have a great day. Bye.